Alright, so I'm looking at your work folder that says scientific notation, addition, subtraction. I'm going to do the first four with you. For number one, uh, notice for addition, subtraction, you need the same exponent. Right now, they don't have the same exponent. Okay? So, to save yourself time, we're going to go ahead and change the smaller one always, okay, the smaller exponent, and make it the same as the bigger exponent. Then we don't have to readjust it again. Okay? So we're going to make this 10 to the 7th. We're going to make this a 10 to the 9th. Okay? So we made this exponent bigger. We're going to have to make this coefficient smaller. So notice right now I have a 4. Okay? And the 4, the decimal is on the end. Right? The 4, the decimal is on the end. Okay, so to the right of the number. So since I made my exponent bigger, I need to make my coefficient smaller to keep the same value. I made my exponent bigger by 2, so I need to make my coefficient smaller by 2 place values. So I'm going to move it 1, 2 place values. So I'll have a 0.04 times 10 to the 9th. Okay, and that'll be my new form that I'm working with, and I'm adding it to 9.63 times 10 to the 9th. Okay. So at this point, all I need you to do now, you can line it up and do the work from here on paper, or you can use your Desmos calculator. I don't mind. So if you use your Desmos calculator, you're going to add the coefficients together. Okay, 9.63 plus 0.04. Okay, or if you already see that's 9.67, perfectly okay to continue. So I have a 9.63. Okay, so I have a 9.63 plus 0.04, and that gives me 9.67. Right? Okay, so I added the coefficients, so it'll be 9.67, and then I keep the exponent, the base 10 exponent, times 10 to the 9th power. Okay. All right, let's do another addition one. So same idea. Okay, I need to get the same exponent. So for number 2, calculator's in a good position. I'll just leave it there and I'll X out of this. Okay, so I need to make the smaller exponent the same as the bigger exponent. So I'm going to make this 10 to the 2nd. I'm going to make it a 10 to the 3rd. I'm going to make it a 10 to the 3rd. So now realize that I made this exponent bigger, so I need to make the coefficient smaller. So I'm going to write the 6.24, and to make it smaller, I go to I move the decimal to the left. Okay, so I'm going to move the decimal to the left to make it smaller. So what I have is 0.624 times 10 to the 3rd. 0.624 times 10 to the 3rd is the same thing as 6.24 times 10 squared. Okay, so I just adjusted the exponent and the coefficient, but I still have the same number. And then I'm adding it to 7.1 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay, alright, so now I can go ahead and add my coefficient. So I have 6.24, so 6.2, no, I'm sorry, X out. Okay, that says 0.624, 0.624, my computer just up, there it is. Okay, so 0.624 plus, and that says 7.1 plus 7.1, and I get 7.724. Okay, so I'm going to write that 7.724. It's already between 1 and 10, so I don't have to readjust it. Okay, 7.724 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay, Alright, let's do two more. Let's do number 3 and 4. So number 3. Okay. Alright, so same thing, except in subtraction. Go to the smaller exponent and make it the same as the bigger exponent. So I'm going to make this a 10 to the 7th. I made this exponent bigger, so I need to make my coefficient smaller. So when you make it smaller, looks like we're always going to go left when we do this step. We're going to go left with the decimal. Okay? So 1.8. So I made it the exponent bigger by 1, so I'm going to make the coefficient smaller by 1 place value. Okay, so I'm going to move this thing, decimal, to the left 1. Okay, so I have 0.18 times 10 to the 7th. Okay, and over here I have a 2.19 times 10 to the 7th, and I'm subtracting. Okay, so let's subtract 2.19 minus 0.18. So I can go here, 2.19 minus this time 0.18, and I get 2.01. Okay, so again, that's between 1 and 10. I don't have to readjust it. 2.01 times 10 to the 7th. By readjusting, I mean we want our answer in scientific notation, where that coefficient's between 1 and 10. It already is, so I don't have to readjust it. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at number 4. So for number 4, we need to make the smaller exponent, the 3, we need to turn it into an exponent of 5. Okay, so I'm going to go 10 to the 5th here. Again, I made this exponent bigger. I need to make this exponent, the coefficient smaller. Alright, so let's write the 7.8. I made the exponent bigger by 2, so I need to make the coefficient smaller by 2 place values. So 1, 2. So I have here 0.078 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, so there's the scientific, there's the adjusted scientific notation. And then I have a 3.62 times 10 to the 5th. And I'm subtracting. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract 3.62 minus 0.078. 3.62 minus 0.078. I get 3.542. So I have 3.542 times 10 to the 5th.